mental health doesn't know tribe, doesn't know class, doesn't know ethnicity, doesn't know money. Anybody can experience it. And so the myths are simply myths. It's real, it's there, it's with us. There are statistics now that show it is the #1 global pandemic. It's a one thing that does not segregate, does not discriminate, that faces everybody. If you think welcome to Here Now, the podcast by Stella Umutoni, a space that is provided for people to just share real life experiences, the struggles, the questions, the pains, the joys, the purpose. Here Now hosted a series of mental health in Uganda, and it's coming to an end. Hello, my viewers. Hello, my supporters and followers. I'm very grateful for the journey that you've walked with me from beginning to where we are. It's been heartwarming. The number of people calling me or sending me DMs, the kind of issues expressing, what my podcast has done for them just leaves me very grateful. And I thank you, and I ask for grace where I don't show up as I should. At the moment, I'm going through a personal situation where I've lost 2 close friends that were not sick. And so it's a hard time. And if you're out there dealing with loss of a loved ones, sadness or grief, take some time. Please take care of yourself. We dealt with mental health in Uganda. The first series was about the myth of mental health, and we dived into what people think mental health is, what their understanding is, what a poor person on the street thinks mental health is. I sat down with a clinical psychologist, Tura, and we dived into what all these things are. And one of the stereotypes were that these are issues for privileged or rich people. And I want to challenge, it's not. As a matter of fact, somebody from a village called, whose worker had taken their lives, and saying that they are recognizing it now because of the podcast that they've been watching. And so these are not, mental health doesn't know tribe, doesn't know class, doesn't know ethnicity, doesn't know money. Anybody can experience it. And so the myths are simply myths. It's real, it's there, it's with us. There are statistics now that show it is the #1 global pandemic. It's a one thing that does not segregate, does not discriminate, that faces everybody. If you think of military homes, if you think of religious leaders, if you think of children, if you can have it. And so I was glad that we dug into that and kind of cleared the myths about that. After that series, we got into addictions, the use of drugs and alcohol to numb the pain. And what I took from the series is, why are they doing this? Addiction is part of mental health issues. Usually people do it because they're trying to numb the pain. It could be anxiety, it could be fear, it could be abuse, physical, emotional, or sexual abuse that someone has gone through, and you've not had the chance to process it and treat it. What ends up happening, you think, if I drink, it will take it away. If I take these pills, it will take it away. And truly, as the specialist showed us, it does take it away. But that's temporary. You're treating the symptom and not the actual disease. He's very generous with his information. He told us about his personal journey of addiction. He calls himself a long recovering, and he has no judgment. He has just so much love and passion towards helping people who are dealing with addiction. Then we moved into the role of faith and culture in mental health. Sat down with a church leader who was very generous with his information, talked to us about what seeking God actually means and how that can help you. Not to use it as a cover, because if you're mentally ill, you certainly need medication and you need treatment. But he showed us that faith can actually help. If you're anxious about something, if you're going through panic attack for one reason or another, if you truly believe and pray to God and also seek counseling, that may help. That was a great thing for me to see, because there's so many faith-based organizations who deal with mental health, but they're not professionals. At the end of the day, if someone is going through something deeper than emotional thing, please seek help. We then moved on to domestic abuse, depression, and anxiety. What I found stunning in that episode was some women who actually believe that if you're not abused, then you're not loved. That really broke my heart. You don't need to be beaten up to know that you're loved. You don't need to be punished to know that this person cares about you. No, that's broken. And so the crazy thing about it, it actually affects our children. Whatever you're going through as parents, as spouses, it doesn't just affect you, it affects your children. And because there's no language or even safety to discuss it, they also carry it into their future relationships. And that's just a cycle of issues that we're not treating, but we're passing along to generations. Let's not affect our generations in that way. Let's face it. Let's face our fears. Let's take away the stigma. Mental health issues are real. They're here. And we can only deal with it if we're open about it, if we're honest about it, and if we extend grace to one another. And more than anything, seek help. I was very privileged to be able to do it in just this one community. It was the country of Uganda. And guess what? It's not unique to the Ugandan people. It's not. Everything that was discussed there, you could take it anywhere in the world. This is a global issue. And so by doing that, I am so grateful that it's opened up people and families in ways that I didn't even foresee when I was starting this podcast. And just like everything else, most things come to an end. So these series are coming to an end temporarily. This is mental health in Uganda. And we will be bringing some new things, some other things that are relevant. And later on, mental health space is my passion. We'll deal with it. I'll come back to it with something different. The reason it's so important for me is because as a relationship coach, when the ground, the foundation is not strong, everything we build will fall apart. In order to build strong relationships, we need to be in a good place, mentally, physically, socially. And you don't have to believe in God. Whatever it is that you believe in, that thing that is bigger than you. We have to be in a good place, okay? If you grow up in a home that had domestic violence, there is emotional trauma there. Research shows that emotional negligence is 96% 96%. Because it's emotional, you don't see it, you don't feel it, there's no wound, there's no cut, there's nothing. Now, the fact that it doesn't show doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It actually affects us. It affects our children. When it's not dealt with, it's going to get worse. Therefore, talking about mental health issues is to bring us to a place where we can recognize that it's there. This is especially for the countries or places or communities, I should say, that are in denial about it. We can't be in denial about it. Our children are suffering. Some have taken their lives. Some have had ideations. And until we face it and normalize it, it's not going to go away. When you're thinking of finding a partner, it's very important that you get to know their background. It's very important that you get to understand the person. What are they dealing with? Because you and this person are going to bring children into this world. And if that space is not clear or clean or free of mental health issues, chances are your children are going to take it on. Ending mental health stories in Uganda has been such a beautiful journey. And so thank you so much for walking this journey with me, for being open, for sticking with me. We will move on into something that affects everybody. But in this case, it's who are you? This is the last episode on mental health in Uganda. I want to thank you so much for walking this journey with us. It has been beautiful. Hearing your voices, reading your messages, and what this has helped some of you do is really heartwarming and is the reason I do it. I would like to ask you for a favor. Please subscribe and share and be the torch, be the mantra for mental health awareness. Let's not stigmatize it. Let's know that it's something anybody can experience. And so spread the word as much as you can. Be the ambassador of people going through mental health challenges. Thank you so much for being with us. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and stay tuned for the next episode. As this is closing out, it's not the end of the podcast. I will meet you here now. Remember, you do not have to have it all figured out. Meet you here now.